Hello. Thank you guys once again for tuning in. This is your girl, Londa A., also known as Queen L, the writer on Wattpad. If you love to read, please check out my books, Your Elizabeth and Too Deep in Your Fantasy. The time is currently now 9:01 a.m. in Atlanta, and the weather outside is pretty okay. It's not extremely cold, but it is cold. You should wear a coat, of course. My voice is starting to come back into itself. It was a little scratchy over the last few days, but I feel a lot better. Today is Wednesday, hump week, right? We only have 2 more days into our weekend where we can have a good time. I am extremely excited because yesterday I had the opportunity to speak and lead our Tuesday Bible study session at my church, True Love International Ministry, which is located on Stonewall Road, where we have the great Pastor Hollins and Sister Angela, his wife. Great people. I really enjoyed myself. But not only did I do that, but I discovered something else about myself. Something that I've been hoping to do for a long time, which is to stop limiting myself and learn how to step out the box and understand that I can set goals, actually do the work, and reach the goal as well. So yesterday was my first time speaking, and I'm not going to lie, I was extremely nervous. I spoke about the power of God's love and how can we gain His love, which is through sowing words in our hearts from reading scriptures and also by praying or meditating. And when I actually wrote down what I was going to write, I was extremely nervous. I kept telling myself over and over again as I was writing that I just wanted to give up. I wanted to quit because, I'm not qualified to do anything. And then on top of that, I'm not a preacher, of course. But I spoke to my brother and I told him about that. And he told me that it doesn't matter as long as it comes from a good place. That helped out a little bit with the advice, but I was still extremely nervous. And I can tell you, it took maybe almost 3 days for me to figure out exactly what I was going to write. I stayed up the other night and I was just telling myself, do not fall asleep. You have to do this. So Tuesday morning came and I'm like, I gotta go to work, but I have to write the speech. I really have to do it. If I go to work, I'm not going to get it done because I'm going to be so distracted with taking calls. But I woke up feeling kind of weak, and I asked my boss, can I switch my work days so I'll be working on my regular off day? And which to me, I thought about it. I was like, that's actually great. That's going to work out perfectly because I can stay home, rest, and also write and prepare my speech for tomorrow. But not only just that, but I was extremely nervous and scared, and I knew I had to do it because I needed to break down that barrier of feeling like I can't finish anything. There was a point where I used to feel like, okay, I always start something, but I never finish, and I was just tired of being that, and I always, used to pray and ask God to allow me to break down this barrier of incompletion. So I wrote it down, and as I was going, I was nervous, writing. I'm like, please, I pray that they love it, and they really did like it. Even though I feel like I could have did a lot better, I know next time that I'll put 110, in which I did feel like I put 110 in doing my research, making sure I quote scriptures, and making sure that my people understand exactly where I'm coming from, which they did, which was very great. And they engaged in it. They had a lot of questions. We had a lot of things to talk about in regards to the topic of God's love and the power of His love. So that was great. It was a success, and I'm proud of that. Also, yesterday I received a text from my boss, and she told me that I had won $50. And the reason why I won that is because every year we play a Christmas game. Every time we play games at my job, sometimes I'll be the starter, of course, but then it's like I give up. Because it's like, I'm like, whatever. But this particular game, even though it involves us receiving things or getting money or whatever the case may be, I told myself, Londa, you're going to do this. You're going to aim to win some stuff. You're going to aim to win the final prize, which is 3 days paid vacation. And I'm not going to give up. And I know these are little small things, but you have to start small in order to grow big. So with these things that I have accomplished, it's showing me that I do have the power and I am capable of breaking down that barrier within me of incompletion. So I'm telling you this because it doesn't matter how small, how big your goal is, set it, do the work, and reach it. I'm telling you this, and I'm also telling myself this as well, because we have to break down that barrier of incompletion. And not only just that, when we do things that we feel like we weren't capable to do, it allows us to feel like we are able to accomplish anything. And that's the greatest part about it. Also, do not allow anyone to tell you that what you're doing is not big enough. Don't allow anyone to tell you that what you are doing is not big enough. Because at the end of the day, this is not their life, this is your life. As long as you're moving, you're growing, you're elevating, that's all that really matters. Okay? So, elevate yourself. Don't let anyone tell you that your goals and your dreams are not big enough. Do the work. Even though it feels like it's not possible, continue to meditate, think on great words, and push yourself to be the greatest version of yourself. I feel like every day we should wake up with some type of goal to set and accomplish, whether it be short or long term. Like today, I need to come home. I need to get me and my son things ready for the week and have everything in order. That is my goal for today, and also for me to go to work and be the best supervisor that I can be, and show up my boss that I do have her back or whatever, because just like I said in my previous podcast, you need to give and take relationships, work as a team to be great supervisors, managers, employees, whatever the case may be. You do your best. Whatever title you hold, you do your best. You know, don't be discouraged at the type of title you hold. Don't be discouraged by that. Just be the best person you can be. I want to be the best damn employee ever. I'm going to be the best supervisor ever. I'm going to be the best janitor ever. Just be your best. Do your best at whatever job title you hold, because you never know. There is always someone watching. There is always someone watching. So, once again, I thank you all for tuning in. This is your girl, Londa A., also known as Queen L the Writer. You guys have a great and lovely hump day. Mwah. That's a big kiss I left for you guys today. Bye-bye.